let your knees bend a lot, even if you don't have to bend your knees in this position. I'm just going to set up the cameras. Sway a little side to side if it feels right. Hang your head and just look up. Good morning. Hi, Laura. Hi. Good morning. We're just standing in a forward fold if you're just coming in. And since, you know, it's really early for a lot of us and really soon, just keep the knees very bent. Shake out your neck, yes and no, just let go of any tension. And if you're just holding the opposite elbow, switch it around, one elbow in front of the other again. And breathe. When you're ready to settle in, settle in. And again, feel free to have your knees very bent. Shift the weight a little bit into the balls of your feet so that the knees are protected, if the legs are straighter. And then take another couple breaths before releasing your arms down to the earth and let them just dangle. And still from here, a few more breaths. Bring your hands to your hips. Chin stays tucked to the chest. And roll up slowly through your spine. Ground your feet. Place your hands on your hips and kind of press your hips downward as well. Get a little length in your spine here. Release your arms down by your side. Roll your shoulders back and around a couple times. Big shoulder rolls up, back, and around. And then reverse that circle, forward and around. And then take your arms down by your side, open up your palms, spread your fingers, ground your feet. So feel everything from the bottom up. The big toe, the little toe, the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. Engage your quadricep muscles by pulling the knees up, tuck your tailbone underneath you. And imagine that you're pushing the mat apart from the center with your legs. Lengthening the torso, keeping the chin parallel to the floor, crown of the head to the sky. Ears over shoulders. Take another breath in. And empty the breath. And then with energy, raise the arms up over your head. Grab opposite elbows here. Lift out of your waistline. Keep the energy in the legs. And exhale up and over to the right side. Inhale back to center. Switch the cross of your arms and take it to the other side. Just feel a nice stretch through the waistline. Come back to center. Inhale. Release the arms and let them come back behind your back. Whoever was in my fitness class yesterday, I hope you're feeling what I'm feeling in my upper back chest area. Open up your chest and hinge forward as you fold all the way down. Arms up and overhead. And again, keeping the knees as bent as you'd like or need while we just get through this early warm-up period of finding out what's going on in our bodies today. Release the arms down on your back and switch the cross of your fingers and lift them back up when you're ready. Inhaling and exhaling. Head comes down. Shake it out. Yes and no. And then again, release your hands down and let them dangle. Press firmly down through the legs as the chin chest comes up. Roll slowly through the spine. Bring the arms all the way up, touch the palms together. And bring your hands to prayer, your heart center. And bring your feet a little bit closer together. Maybe your back hips width apart, maybe closer, maybe wider. So let your body be the guide of that. Big toe, little toe, ball of the foot, tailbone tucks. Inhale, open your arms up and overhead. Touch the palms together, bring prayer through the heart center. And fold in between your legs, hands to the floor, shins are the blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge for the breath. And then find your way to a downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Stay in your dog for a few breaths and walk your dog a little bit side to side. toes. Shift forward to a high plank, top of a push-up. Resist the earth with your hands, slightly rounding the upper back. Crown of the head forward, tailbone back, knees lifted. And then exhale back to your downward facing dog. Looking forward, bring your right foot between your hands. You can lower the back knee if you'd like to get there, or just in general, you can lower the back knee. Look forward, step forward, top of the mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. And then ride your breath, take your arms out to the side or bring them up any which way. Hands to your heart center, exhale. Bring the arms down, up and overhead, hands through your heart center, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Low lunge for the breath. Downward dog, hips up in the air. Inhale to your high plank. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step your left foot forward. Low lunge, look forward, step right foot to meet, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach the arms out and up overhead, your way, any way, to your heart center, exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back. Left leg meets in downward dog. Now, walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. And ride your breath to stand all the way up. Back of the mat, hands to your heart center. Let it go. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank position. Choose to bend your knees or stay where you are in dog. Come down halfway. Roll over, upward dog or low cobra on your belly. Downward dog, hips up in the air. Inhale, step your right foot to the front of your mat. However you get it there is fine. Exhale, left meets the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ride the breath to stand. Exhale, take prayer to your heart center. Arms down by your side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back, low lunge, and downward facing dog is where we meet. Walk your hands to your feet, back of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold, and inhale, ride your breath to stand all the way up. Exhale, bring the prayer to your heart, arms down by your side. One more time, inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out to downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes, come to your high plank. Choose to take a push-up or 2 or 10 or none at all. We meet in downward dog. Look forward, step your left foot forward. Bring your right foot to meet it, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise to stand. Breathe your hands to prayer. Relax your arms by your side. Bring the arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Inhale, walk your hands to your feet. You know this now. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, ride the breath to stand all the way up. Exhale, prayer to the heart, arms by your side. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, let it go. Hands to floor, shins, blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga or skip or add. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands, look forward, step the left foot to meet it, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, ride the breath to stand. Exhale, take it to your heart center. Arms by your side. One more time, left side, arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Downward facing dog, hips in the air. Inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Doesn't matter how bent the knees are, how many steps it takes you to get. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold and ride your breath to stand all the way up. Bring the arms with you. And take the prayer to your heart center, arms by your side. Inhale, arms up. Last time, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to your downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga or not. Upward and downward facing dogs if you did. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Right foot meets top of the mat, halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's stay here for a minute. Open your feet about hips width apart again. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And exhale, pull your elbows out to the side as the head comes down towards the shins. Thumb is wrapped between the fingers and the toes. Let your head go, shake it out. Yes, shake it out, no. Again, sending the weight forward towards the balls of the feet. And just fold your body in half. Another big breath. Good. Give a final tug to your toes. Look forward, inhale. Bring your hands to your heart and rise to stand. Bring your arms down by your side. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms way overhead. Exhale, fold hands to floor, shins, or the blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot all the way back. You can lower to the knee if you'd like. Keep your right hand on the inside of your left foot, left hand to your hip. Lengthen your spine and rotate to the left side, stacking shoulders. And when they're stacked, left arm comes up over your shoulder. Bring your collarbones forward and open. Hug your hips towards the midline. Lift your belly away from your thigh. Find some reach, some energy. Inhale. And as you exhale, look down. Left hand on the inside of the left foot. Turn your right foot on its side and hug your hip in towards midline as the right arm comes up, straight up over your shoulder. All the toes are pressing firmly down. There's a lift from the left side of your torso up and in, so you're not holding on to or supporting yourself with your belly on your thighs, right? So you've got that strength through the center. One more breath. Good. Rise up to stand warrior two. Adjust your feet. So really it probably is the same pose as your lunge. Your back toes are slightly turned in, heel to instep, or wider positioning. Right arm back, left arm forward, knee over the ankle. And open your upper thighs outward while you squeeze your inner heels inward. Arms are active and strong. Think that I'm sitting on your arms so they don't collapse. Inhale. And exhale. Keeping your legs in the same position, right arm drops, left arm comes up. Reversing your warrior. Good. Inhale, straighten your front leg, lift the toes up, and turn the toes, if your block is in the way like mine is, move it. Turn the toes to face the right side of your mat, left arm is still up in the air, right hand is on your hip. Hinge forward, halfway down. Soften your knees, make sure the weight goes a little bit more forward. Inhale. And exhale, take the hand to the right ankle, foot or shin. And then take your right arm in the air and hug your hips towards the midline. Lift your belly away from your thighs. So, for me, I really love a twist, so I'll shift my body into the twist if I have to. See if you can hug your hips to center. It's going to give you less of that twist most likely. Nothing wrong with it though. And then come back to center. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, lengthen your spine. And then walk around to the front of your mat. Look forward, fingertips on the floor. Step forward, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go all the way down. Inhale, ride your breath to stand all the way up. Exhale, prayer to the heart, arms come by your side. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands on floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Right knee is bent, left hand is on the block. Right hand to the sacrum, lengthen your spine, get your belly away from your thighs, and then turn your torso to the right. So just like we just did, finding as much length through your spine as you can while hugging the hips in towards the midline. Stacking shoulders, one on top of each other. Back leg is strong like it's in plank or it's on the floor. You make that decision, one more breath. Good, exhale, bring your right hand inside. Turn your left foot on its side. Left arm is up. Bottom side of the torso lifts up and in. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Side angle variation. I'm supported by a block. If you have one, it's a great thing to do. Look down at your toes. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Find your adjustments. Knee in line with your hip. Knee in line with second, third toes. Open your upper thighs outward while you squeeze your inner heels towards each other. And then pull back a little more with your left arm than your right. And steady gaze over your right middle finger, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulders are right over hips, breathe in, breathe out. Without changing your legs, left arm down, right arm up. Lift out of your waistline here as well, so keep lifting that left waist up and pull your left hip towards your right knee. Good. Now straighten your front leg and lift the toes. Keep your right arm up, bring your left hand to your hip as you turn to the left side of your mat. Come down halfway, soft knee. And then take your right hand to your left foot shin ankle. Rotate to the left side, left arm comes up. Hug your hips in towards your middle. Exhale, hands down. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And walk around to the front of your mat. Look forward. Step forward, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, let it go. Ride your breath to stand all the way up. Bring your arms up with you. Exhale, taking prayer to your heart center. Arms come by your side. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps, oops, right foot steps back, excuse me. Jump switch if you did that. Right arm down, left arm up. Twist. Exhale, left arm on the inside of your left leg, right toes turn, right arm up. Look down at your toes, and then inhale to warrior two. Good, exhale, reverse the warrior. Straighten your legs, stay here this time. Lift out of your waistline. And then with a straight torso, straight legs, straight arms I should say, we're going to move our hips to the back of the room, torso to the front, and reach into your triangle pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Take your top arm over your bottom arm, spin your heart open, tuck your tailbone underneath you, and just stack your shoulders, stack your hips, and get length through your torso. Big breath in, big breath out. Look down at your left toes. Inhale, reach up and reverse your triangle. Lift your left toes up. Hinge around to the right side, and now take the left arm out, down, and across the body. This time, bend your right knee and open up the right arm. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Release your hands. Straighten your legs, inhale. Walk around to the front. Keep your hands now on the inside inside of your left leg. Hold it here for a few breaths. You can go to your knee, you can go to your forearms, look forward. Back leg is strong and straight. Or you're on your knee. Take another breath. Pull your shoulders back, collarbones forward. Keeping your hands on the inside of your foot, straighten your front leg, walk your hands back, maybe under a block, on a block, or under your shoulder more. Toes are up on the left leg. Morning hamstring, sorry, Lauren. Square your hips, left hip back, right hip forward. Find length in your torso, find length in your spine, and then fold as deep as your body will allow you. Now rebend your left knee, separate your hands on either side. Look forward, step forward, top of mat. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, ride the breath standing. Take the prayer to your heart center, empty the breath. Arms by your side. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now step your left foot back. Left hand on floor or block. Right arm opens up, twist. Lift your belly up and away from your thigh. Exhale, right hand on the inside, left foot turns on its side. Left arm comes up, tuck your tailbone underneath you. Rock and roll TV. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, settle. Inhale, reverse it. Straighten your front leg. Rise up to standing. And then if you need to, shorten your stance. And then bring your torso forward as far as it will go. And then the right arm comes down, left arm up. Stack your shoulders, lift your heart, spiral it open. And then think about lifting the right side, of your torso up and in, tucking your tailbone underneath you, and trying to imagine that your back, maybe some of you were close to a wall, was against a wall. Good, one more breath in triangle. Keeping the legs straight, bring it up to reverse the triangle. This time lift your right toes up. Take your left hand to your sacrum, turn to your left side. Reach out again, hinging right leg parallel to the floor. Don't let the knees come back too far, soften them out. And then bend the left knee, right hand to the left ankle. Left arm opens up, twist. Send your weight behind your knees, behind your heels. So there's no pressure in the knees. One more breath. Good. Exhale as you come to center, straightening the legs, both hands in the center. Inhale, halfway lift. And turn yourself around to the front. Hands on the inside of your right leg. So widen the leg as much as you want. Bend the back knee if you'd like. Go to your forearms or a block. Hug your knee in towards your shoulder. Back leg is strong and active. And smile. Not all so bad. One more breath. Straighten your front leg. Walk your hands as far back as you need. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. One more big breath. Good. Inhale, rebend your front knee, hands on either side of the foot. Step together, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ride the breath to stand. Bring your hands to your heart center. And bring them all the way down by your side. Standing on your left leg, lift your right heel in the air. Start with that. You can put a slight bend in the standing leg, right? But you don't want to shift your hips off to the side to accommodate the standing. Lift the right leg up in the air. Flex your foot. Good. Lift your heart, broaden your collarbones. Ooh, or fly around. And then take it back. Warrior three or airplane pose. You choose. Try to hide your back foot with your hip. So stay squared. Breathe in. Oh yeah. Freedom in those hips. All right, we're going to step that foot all the way back. Bend your front knee. Open up warrior two. Good. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your leg. Inhale, find triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. Good. Take your right hand back to your hip. Soften your left knee. Put your hand on the floor in front or to the side or on a block. Half moon. Oh, we had a beautiful full moon. It wasn't so beautiful. It was a little foggy. Full moon last night. Stack your shoulders. Pull your right hip back. Heel back towards the back of your mat. Now release the right arm up if it feels right to you. Change your eye gaze if you feel stable. And if there's anything you want to play with here, holding onto the ankle, Shavasana, or perhaps lifting your hand off the floor for prayer, just let your body kind of guide you into these movements. Take another breath in half moon. Soften the standing front leg. Step the right leg back. Straighten the leg. And turn once again to face the right side of your mat. Right arm is up. Hips are squared. And forward fold down in the center. Let your head come down. Inhale halfway up. If you have a headstand practice here, feel free to invert yourself. Bring your chest towards your thighs, head down towards the floor. Breathe. And empty. Inhale, halfway lift. Turn yourself to the front of your mat. Hands are on the inside of your left leg. Lower your right knee. And heel toe your left leg out a little further. Walk your hands out a little further. Bend your right knee. Kick the heel towards the buttocks. And some people will take your left hand and reach around for the foot. That's up to you. If you're here and you want more, come down to your forearm or bring your arm a little forward. Keep working on squaring the hips. And perhaps you even turn your eye gaze towards your back foot. One more breath. If you're holding the foot, let it go. Hands can be on either side now. Straighten your front leg, toes up. Go back as far as your body will allow you to. If you'd like to sit on a block or sit on your heel or just stay halfway up, you choose. Inhale. Seeing some lovely ceilings today. Exhale. It's not as lovely as your faces, but I'll take it. One more breath. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen. Rebend your front knee if you're on a block. Pick it up, move it off to the side. Tuck your back toes underneath you. Look forward, step forward, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold over your legs. Press down firmly through your feet, stand up to all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bring your arms down by your side. So firm up your legs, lift the left heel off the floor. And then bring the knee up, flex the foot. Hug the right hip into the midline. And then begin to tilt forward as you extend the leg back. Reach, reach, reach. Hiding the foot with your hip. Reach as far as you can. Soften the standing leg. Take the back foot into warrior two position. So you've got to turn the foot in. Open up warrior two. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg. Stand up tall. Reach as far forward as you can. And then take the right arm down, left arm up for your triangle pose. I love the way this feels on my waistline. It just feels like it's getting rid of all the impurities that I had over the last couple of hours, right? A little matzah, a little, I don't know what else there was. Nothing exciting, unfortunately. Good, now, put your left hand back on your hip, bend your front knee, and work your hand in front to the side or on a block. In front of the foot will be a little bit more challenging for balance. Once you get up there and find your body stacked, hug your hip in, left arm up, open your heart, squeeze everything in. Breathe in, breathe out. Firmly pressing your right foot in. Take another breath here in your half moon. 2 halves make a full moon we had last night. Bend your right knee. Now gently step back, and then we're gonna just come back to the center into our twist. Exhale, the hand comes down to the center. Inhale, lengthen. Walk around to the front of your mat. Hands are on the inside of the foot. Now lower the knee to the floor and heel toe your foot out a little bit further. Stay upright or go onto your forearms. You can stay right here. We're going to bend the back leg, most of us. Many of us will take the right hand to reach behind you for that back foot. And just try not to be on top of your knee. So you may have to move back to get the foot, but then see if you can just slide that hip forward a little bit more. Very nice. Looking good. So keep thinking about keeping your hips as squared as you can here while we stretch out the front of the leg, which is there's not like a lot of stretches you can do here. One more breath. If you're holding, gently let go. If you need a block, guide it with you as you straighten your front leg. You can stay in your half split or sit into your half split and choose your way, right? Lengthen your spine and exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Couple breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Softly bend your front knee. Come off of your block if you're on it. Tuck your back toes underneath you. Lift the knee up. Listen, this time I want you to step back to a high plank. Take a breath into plank. Shift a little forward. Bend your elbows halfway, chaturanga. Roll over your toes. Upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Hips up in the air. Bring your feet closer together at the back of the mat. Inhale on your toes, lift your right leg high in the sky. Exhale, right knee to chest, round and curl. Shift forward as you step your right foot about halfway up your mat. Walk your hands back. Take your left foot and place the foot on the floor. It's heel to heel, heel to instep, or sometimes wider positioning. So inhale, come to your fingertips, square your hips, and then bring your hands to your hips as you come up to standing. Good. Shoulders, hips squared. Once you stand up, if you don't feel that you're in the balanced position, adjust yourself. Widen your legs short in either direction or close them in a little bit. Put your hands on your hips. Even if you don't have a mirror or your camera, just you can level out your hips. Bring your right hand to your hip again. Left arm is up in the air. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Come halfway down and stop. And just try to, find that levelness of your hips and lengthen your torso. And then rotate to the outside or the inside of your right leg, or maybe your hand goes on a block or the top of your shin. Inhale for length. Exhale. Make that twist. Right arm comes up, hug your hips towards the center. Breathe in, breathe out. Twisted triangle pose. Find a little bit more length and make that rotation. And then exhale, hands down. On either side of your right leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on your hips, rise up to stand. Bring your weight to your right leg, lift your left heel, and then bring your knees together as you kick the left heel behind you. Take your arms by your side, you can stay right here, or perhaps some of you will pick up the foot with 2 hands. 2 hands. One at a time is fine. Good, Karen. Breathe. Flex the foot. So decide, are you going to stay here, or are you going to kick your foot into your hands? Trying to keep your hips as squared as you can in this front of the thigh stretch. Breathe. And then slowly bring it back up. Release your hands down, release your foot down. Separate your feet hips width. Forward fold, bend your knees. Let it go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips or heart, rise up to stand. Place your hands back on your hips. Step your right foot back 2 to 3 feet. Square your shoulders and hips. Good. Keep your left hand on your hip. Inhale, the right arm comes up in the air. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then come down halfway. And just notice, we try to accommodate things going on in our body or just the feelings. So we're going to try to keep our hips as square as you can. You might have to bend your knee. Now keep lengthening. Rotate, and then take the hand inside, outside, push in, or on a block. So the block just brings the floor a little bit closer. It gives us a little bit more space in our bodies. And we are here to create space in our bodies and our minds. Turn it to your left side. And then maybe the left arm comes up. Head towards the front of your mat. Hug your hips towards your midline. Scissor squeeze everything together. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Exhale, fold over your leg. As bent as the knees need to be. Inhale, halfway. Hands to your hips, rise up to standing. Hands on your hips for a moment. Good. Now step your weight into your left leg, lift your right heel up, and bring your right knee by your left knee, flex your foot. Bring your arms down by your side. So you can stay here, or you can grab a hold of the foot with 2 hands, perhaps. Perhaps. And perhaps some of you will kick your foot into your hand. So you can create like a warrior 3 kind of feeling in your body. Chest open. If you're holding onto your foot, keep the chest open. If you're not holding onto the foot, keep the chest open. How about that? Kick it up a little higher. See if you can, Kara. A little higher. I know you can. That's it, Maria. Big smile on Lori's face. Come back to center. Release your hands. Release your foot. Separate your feet hips width apart and fold over. Just sway a little bit side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step to a downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your hands to your feet, back of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands back out to your downward facing dog. Just because we're little puppy dogs today. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. Inhale back to your high plank. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Resist the earth with your hands. Lower your knees to the earth right underneath your hips. Keep your toes tucked for this one. And then rise to sit up on your shins. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your fingers in either direction. Squeeze the elbows together. So keeping the toes tucked, we're just going to keep our hands on our hips. So shoulders right now stack over hips, hips over knees. And then think of your hands supporting you like a big stability ball as you lift your heart up. And then take your eye gaze to the ceiling and back a little bit, if that's okay for your neck and your eyes and your balance. And then keep pushing your hips forward so they're over your knees. And all this depends on your back, right? How much flexibility you have in certain parts. Inhale, back up, slowly. Untuck your toes, sit on your heels. Bring your hands to the center of your body. Close your eyes for a few moments. Good. Inhale, open your eyes, come up onto your shins, release your arms. Toes tucked or not tucked. Keep your left hand on your hip. Take your right arm up. Inhale. Listen carefully. Exhale. Reach your hand towards the opposite ankle. And then come back up. Right hand on your hip. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale. Rotate your hand behind you towards the opposite ankle. Inhale. Come up. So you might have to tuck your toes again. Let's do that again. Right arm comes up. Inhale. Touch the opposite ankle or heel and keep your hips forward. Inhale up. Exhale. Left arm comes up. Inhale. Left arm to right foot or ankle. And then inhale up. Exhale. Sit on your heels. Stay on your heels. Bring your knees a little closer. If you have a block, feel free to grab a block behind you. Take your hands behind you on the floor or block. Fingers in whatever direction works for you. And so our hips are not going to come over our knees here, but we're going to open up a little bit more into the chest, shoulder area. Head can go back. Your hips can lift up. So it's kind of a hybrid like the others were hybrids as well. Keep pushing your hips as far forward as you can, stretching out, breathing, breathing, breathing. And then exhale, put your hips on your heels. Rise up to sit on your heels. Inhale your arms overhead. Touch your palms together, cross one thumb over the other. Keep the biceps by the ears as you inhale, lengthen through your side body. And exhale, come down towards the floor. Forehead down. Blade side of your fingers on the floor, so everything but your wrists, your forearms, your elbows are off the floor. Maybe your forehead's on the floor. And then squeeze your arms by your ears, switch the cross of your thumbs, and then rise up to sit on your heels. And then exhale the prayer down to your heart center. Good, release your hands. Come up. Go ahead and take your left knee in the middle of your mat. Take your right knee on the outside, or behind it, I should say. And then have a seat on the floor or your block. So if your hips, like mine, are tight, the block will definitely assist you into this. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. You can give yourself that little foot massage that I so love. And then you can keep your eyes closed as you bring your left hand behind your back, right arm up, and then take the right arm outside the thigh as you twist. Inhale tall, exhale deep. Level off your hips. So sitting on a block will definitely help those of us who are tighter in our hips. One more breath. Look to your right side, and then just turn to your right side. Inhale, come back to center. Come forward. If you're on a block, just move it off to the side. Cross your legs and tuck your toes for downward facing dog. Take your right leg lifted up in the air. Bring the right leg to the floor, knee down, left leg behind it. Have a seat back on the floor or the block. And sit up tall. So again, block will help if your hips are tight. Sit up nice and tall so you can level out your hips. They may or may not touch. Good. Inhale, give yourself that foot massage. And then take your right hand behind you, left arm up. Twist outside your right thigh. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Inhale back to your center. Walk your hands forward, come off your block or the floor. Take your toes underneath you, lift into that downward facing dog with a cross leg. Now bring your left leg up in the air. Bring your left knee to your chest, round curl. Bring your left leg in front of your right. Lift your right leg in the air. Bring your right knee to your chest, round curl. Step it back and separate your feet for your downward dog. Come high on your tippy toes. Shift forward with a straight arm. Lower your hips towards the floor for an upward dog variation. And then lower your knees, push back to child's pose. Sit all the way back on your heels. Arms can be outstretched or by your side now. You choose. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Nice long stretch, side body. Stay with it. And walk over to the other side. Come back. And come back to the center. Walk your hands back in. Cross your legs. Sit behind your legs. We are in an April ab challenge. I don't usually do abs like this in class, but I'm throwing it into the pot for those of you who are following along with our ab challenge. Today is, wow, what's today's date? The 16th. We've got reverse crunches, guys, so we're going to go on our backs. Even if you're not following the ab challenge, you're welcome to do this with us because it's right in the middle of our class. So, reverse sit-ups, reverse crunches. Hands by your side, lift your legs in the air, straight or bent. The legs are going to come over your head, and you can either straighten them out in front of you or keep them bent or even touch the floor. All right, so let's try a few of those. I'm not going to tell you how many today unless you have the form in front of you, you'll know. Let's start. 1, and it's a bittersweet, yeah? 2, try to use less momentum and more abdominal. 3, so don't kick your legs like this. 4, I bet you in May you're going to miss these. 5, I bet you not. 6, 7, keep going and I'm going to count for you. 8, any variations, you can lift your head and shoulders up here, you know, if you like. 9, I don't know if you want to do that. 10, or if you want to have your legs straight or bent. 11, 12, I already forgot how many. 13, oh my goodness. Don't change, I can change. 15, good, you got 10. 9, 8, you know that all of this only makes your yoga practice stronger, right? 5, we do a lot of core work in yoga. It's not like we have to do it extra. 4, but because we're in the middle of an ab challenge month, 3, we're going to do it. 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Good. Take a nice spinal twist. Move your hips to the right, let your knees fall to the left. Oh yeah, this is a good one today. So in between, we'll take a little rest. Bring your knees to the center and take it across to the other side. So we've got scissor kicks now. Those are the ones that are up and down, not cross over. Come back onto your back. Bring your legs up. Just like you're in staff pose on your back. I'll make it as yogic as I can. Bring your hands down underneath your hips or by your side. Bring your legs down to a point where you're still neutral in your spine or connected in your spine, imprinted, right? Rather than arching your back. Head and shoulders can be up or down. Legs are going to go up and down as well. So let's start that. 1, 2. Head and shoulders up is optional. Now, if it's okay, 5. Arms can reach in any direction. 7, 8, 9, 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 6. I love that you're all doing it. 7, 8, 9, 20. Go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Right leg stays in, left leg lowers. Open your right knee a little to the right side. Now, very often in yoga classes, we will see what they call yoga bicycles. Switch legs. Yoga bicycles. They're not very different from Pilates or fitness bicycles. Come back to center. Knees are over your hips, hands are behind your head. Lift your head and shoulders up as much as you can for your body. Now be careful not to bring your knees to your chest. Keep your knees up, let your torso do the work. Ready? 3, 2, I'm going to see how long it takes. Let's go. Because in my class, at one of my studios, our signature class has bicycles for a minute. Keep going. 5, 6, 7. Where'd Bruce sneak in from? 8, 9, 10. Now keep going. I know most of you have done at least this many in your life at one time. 4, 5, 6. Okay, because it's not Bruce. 7, 8, 9, 20. Stay with me, guys. 1, 2, 3. Reach your arms outside of your knee. 5. The lower your legs go, the more challenging it is to you and your back. 7, 8, 9, 30. Oh my goodness. Last 20. Good. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. You got this. 12, 11, 10, 9. Don't give in now, guys. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are done with your ab challenge for today, April 16th, 2022. Take a happy baby pose. Grab a hold of your big toe here or hold on the inside of your thighs and then open your legs into a V. Bend your knees back in, happy baby. Take your arms outside the legs, bring the knees in, and place your feet on the floor. If you have a block, pick one of the 3 heights and lay your hips on the block. When you get your hips on the block, stretch your legs out in front of you. Good, just release the front of the hip. If you're on a high block, yes, it's going to be a big stretch for your back, so if that's too much, lower the back. If you don't have, lower the block. If you don't have a block, you can support yourself with your hands or blankets, pillows. Books might not be that comfortable. And breathe. Soften your hips onto the block. And just stretch the front of your hips out. If it feels good for your arms to bring them overhead, take them there. Make sure you're not gripping in your glutes here. is if they're not, you can stay on your block or lift your hips up, come down and hug your knees to your chest, because you can take your final Shavasana on your block, or we're going to take one more spinal twist first. So move your hips to one side. And then take your hips to the other side, or your legs to the other side. Oh, right. I'm going to play this for Lori. Lori played this in class once and made me cry. All right, so bring your legs back onto the floor, or your hips are staying on the block. Let your body completely melt into your mat. So we're just gonna follow the rainbow for a few breaths, laying in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Scan your body from head to toe. Notice if there's any points that remain tense, and let go of those points by breathing into the space. Let go. So please feel free to stay longer in your Shavasana. Turn me off, turn the sound off, or just listen to the rainbow connection. When you're ready, just begin to make smaller movements with your legs, your arms, your fingers, your toes. Deepening your breath and bringing your awareness fully back into this time and space. Draw your knees to either side. Make your way onto either side. Come up to sitting when you are ready. Bring your hands to your heart center. So thank you for sharing this morning's practice. Happy, whatever you might be celebrating in these few days, and if you're not celebrating, happy Saturday. Thank you for sharing your energies through the earth, where the waves, you know, those crazy, crazy little things that we get to do these days in our life. Be together virtually. And then I honor you all. The love, the peace, the goodness, the light within. Namaste. Satnam. Go in peace. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Everybody, tomorrow, 10:30. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy. Get vaxxed. Wear a mask.